we are at Bunnings picking up some supplies for working on the caravan today. Yay!
Right. We've been working away on the caravan. I've been doing a number of things with these window winders, cleaning them up and getting them ready for reinstallation back into the caravan. I am working on these window winder bars that sit in between two control boxes. They're all corroded and they need a lot of sanding and everything. Also, the edge of the aluminum has been dented a little, so I have to sand that back so it fits nicely back in the control box. Just seems to be one thing after the other. I'm working on this spleen that sits as a dust seal to all the windows and just annoying to work with. The old spleen takes forever to get out of the grooves. The new spleen takes forever to put back into the grooves. Really handy with two people, and we use warm water and dishwashing detergent. So let me just show you what we've been doing here. Agnes is working away on sanding the cupboard doors.
It's so much fun, guys. You know you want to sand. Come on over and give me a hand. But, interesting fact, while I've been sanding away here, you can see that Iago had a bit of a golden past. All of the metallic pieces were actually gold, as were the knobs and the hinges inside, but even the trim, it's a little bit tough to see, but even the trim was actually gold, which is kind of cool. I don't think we'll be going quite so golden in our repaint job, but it's kind of nice to know where it started.
Yeah, our new paint job is going to hold on to a lot of the traditional values of the caravan. We're going to keep the old hardware and stuff. Underneath the vinyl floor, you would see the original linoleum floor, which has this really crazy flower power pattern to it. I'm sure we'll show you videos and clips of that once we peel up the floor. But the door was also an interesting thing. I've fashioned these little L brackets to keep the strength and the integrity of the door together, but there was a bunch of molding that sat along here into the corner of the actual aluminum molding, and it was just a nightmare to take off. So as you can see, the whole door came out, but it was one hell of a nightmare. This plastic trim that was designed to sit into the molding of the door would not let go, making it virtually impossible to take the door out. It pretty much gave away on one side and the whole door fell down. So the previous owner had dodgy screws that weren't completely removed, broken brackets, and they were using some pretty bad rivets to hold things together. So we got there in the end, but it's one big mess. As you can see, they also weren't too quick to remove old screw heads that they've stripped and broken apart. Instead, they drilled right next to it and put new screws in, causing this to be a headache to pull out. But we did. The door fell out eventually, and we put some new
Literally fell out.
yeah, we put some new butyl caulking, and we're gonna probably put a little bit more in there before we call it done.
I actually almost wish we had it on tape. Like if we just had the GoPro roll into the door and went boom.
That would be pretty funny.
But we were so lucky, nothing got damaged.
Rubber dust seal provides not only a dust seal but a bit of a waterproof barrier as well. All the other stuff, I think I've got some kicking around here. It's dried up and brittle. Probably the original stuff that went on. Pretty much rips them apart. With the one completed window that we have, which is the kitchen window here, we got the new screen. All sealant is put around the window, new end plugs up here, but the dust seal, it was put on backwards. We're gonna have to deal with that later on at some point, but rivets in here, and I got everything put back together, which was a nightmare because of this stupid old antenna. So anyway, it's all fixed now, it's all in there. We'll deal with the backwards rubber for the time being. Be a project for another day.
I'm ready to go. So I decided that I'm going to try and salvage the doorknobs. I think I was hating on them because I hated the beige color that they were painted. So I'm gonna try and see if I can strip the paint off of them and give them a cool metallic finish, and then just keep them on the cupboards, put them back on. So, I've never done this before, so this is gonna be a little bit of a learning process for me. Here is the doorknob. Alright, well, we will let that sit and see what happens in about a half hour. Given that it was that color before, I much prefer that. Almost done! How long am I supposed to wait again? Did I really just wait a half hour? Mine's ready. Alright, so moving on today, we're going to be removing the back windows.
The way these windows work is we got these plugs, these end caps right here. So these end caps, they come out and this whole window is on a rail and it slides down that rail. And then when these windows come out, you can take the frame off, and then that's when you replace the butyl tape underneath. Fun stuff. To make this work, I need Agnes to hold up the center so that as I knock it on one side, it does slide it down the track. I want to get on the other end so the glass slip it on my hands. Down a little bit. This is the last window. We've been working away for the better part of a month, just slowly taking off all of these windows, winder boxes, picking off the old sealant, and cleaning up the frames and putting new locks on, all that fun stuff that needs to be done, you know, apparently to the last guy every 40 years or so.
Yeah, all of that in between rain.
In between rain, all sorts of different little hurdles to overcome, but as you can see, this is the old butyl crap that they put in between the windows. Actually, this stuff looks pretty decent. Looks like they've changed this out not too long ago, but there's not enough of it, and it's still pretty dry and it's pretty ugly. So, last window, almost there. I'm very happy. The whole front of the caravan has been pulled out, and the screens, and that's the frame that sits in there. So 2 windows on slide rails fit right in there. It's gonna be good. I'm so excited to be almost done this.
So exciting. Meanwhile, I'm having some snacks. Yogurt balls. He just loves spending time resealing the caravan. I think it's been his favorite pastime ever in his whole entire life. I don't think he's found anything more enjoyable.
There isn't much that compares to resealing a caravan. You know, I can't think of a better way to spend a vacation, my money, time off, time with a loved one. You know, you can even probably buddy up on this, but I just love it so much I wouldn't let Agnes touch it.
See? He's just in love with this project. And the windows in general. So over here, you can see that we had a bit of water damage inside. The ceiling here is cracked up a bit. But with a little bit of sanding, and this isn't even much, you can see that that area here used to be just like this. But now it's perfectly smooth again. The other good news is that Brad worked on resealing the roof, so there should be no future problems of this kind of gross stuff happening. Yay! So what I'm doing right now is sanding away some of the areas that had some water damage. It wasn't bad, it wasn't rotting away or anything like that. So the sanding is actually just helping smoothing things out again so that when I start painting, I've got a perfect surface to work with. And done. That happened in one weekend. Apparently, I think this is a sign that I clearly shouldn't be helping, because this was the big weekend that I spent helping and everything just seems to be going wrong.
As you can see, we have had an accident with one of the windows in the caravan. This goes into the rear of the caravan just above the bed back there. And as you can see, I've covered it up right now with a Glad garbage bag, but when I was trying to pull out that window to replace all the seals and the dust cover, or the dust seals, it broke into two. So today I'm off to Brookvale Glass to get it all fixed for about $100. The cost of learning. Anyways, as you can see, all of that dust seal is going to be replaced. I got new corner brackets to reinforce the glass so we don't have this problem again. I don't know if you can really see this, but over here in the corner, that whole bracket broke away, and as I was tapping out the window to slide along that J-rail, or that rail, the bracket here, or the brace, pinched the glass and caused it to break. So over the past week I've just put this duct tape on it to stop it from shattering all over the place, but today I'm going to get it replaced. As you can see, all of the caulking has been replaced, new sealant along the top, everything's cleaned up and ready to go. So once we do get the repairs done, we should be good. And then along the side, we've got all this fixed as well. All of the windows have been resealed, silicone on the top, putting the window winder boxes back into place, all the dust covers have been fixed. Slowly coming along, almost there.
Our beautiful window. Brad calls it the racing stripe, I call it the seatbelt.
So you can use duct tape for anything. Amazing example right here. Would you really know the glass is broken? This is more of a racing stripe, if you ask me.